Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you guys about failure. Now, I have had a lot of failure in this business, and for those of you that don't know my story, you're going to hear it now. So I signed up back in 2009 as a coach, and I didn't really take the business seriously. I was young, 22, but that's not even an excuse. And I didn't take the business seriously for about another 2 years. I was like, oh, I can't do what other coaches are doing. And I really do believe that was my first failure. I didn't believe enough in myself and my coach and the business to make this something bigger. And maybe you're at that point. Maybe you're like, it worked for Meg, but it's not going to work for me. Or it worked for Aaron and Jamie and Erica, but it's not going to work for me. You have to change that mindset, okay? That's a failure mindset. And you want to change it to say, you know what? If Meg and Aaron can do it, I can do it, okay? So that's the first thing. The first failure was not believing enough that I could do it. When I finally got over that failure and said, you know what, I'm going to take that message, I'm going to take my story, and I'm going to help inspire some coaches who maybe have not gotten started right off from the beginning, because you do see these coaches who just take off like that. They hit diamond immediately, and then they hit star diamond and 5-star and 15-star, and they just move it. And you're thinking, God, I can't keep up with that. I could never do that. Yes, you can, okay? Your story, your pace is what it's supposed to be, okay? Maybe you're not putting enough time and effort in, and that's okay. Hopefully through this group you're seeing that you can put a little more time and effort and get results, okay? So my next failure was, as soon as I had started taking this business seriously in, 2011, I kicked my booty. I went full, all in. When I was working full time, I would fit it in during, morning when I first woke up, and then in the afternoon when I was working, and then a couple hours at night, which you can ask my husband, it drove him crazy because I'd be like, come over and hang out. And then I'd be on phone calls and the computer and stuff, but it was worth it, okay? And I was able to, really go 100% in with everything that you guys know to do daily. And I was able to quit my first full-time job in 2012, May of 2012. And at that time, someone, a little birdie, told me to shoot for top 10. Now, I had no idea what elite was. I had no idea what top 10 was. But I was like, you know what? That sounds like fun. Let's go. I've got an amazing team. And I do have an amazing team. And we pushed for it. And, we finished number 11 in the entire company in 2012, which is a huge accomplishment. But our goal was top 10. Okay? Now, at that time, right before, because it of course happens during Christmas, I remember talking to my now husband and saying, I was not sleeping. I was stressed out over this goal, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pull back a little bit. And I stopped giving it my all. I stopped giving my team my all. And, it wasn't because of them that we didn't hit it. It was because of me, because I had stopped believing. And that's my second failure. You have to really fully 100% believe that you can go for a goal, okay? Life's gonna happen, things happen, and you gotta keep pushing, okay? So then the next year, for the 2013 top 10, our team shot for the goal again, and halfway through the year, I broke my wrist. Got some pretty scars from it, and I had a chance to look and say, okay, am I gonna back out of this goal again like I did the year before, or am I really fully gonna commit to my team and we're gonna do this together? And we did. We pushed, we cheered each other on, and we finished number 6 in the entire company. And the reason that I want you to see the differences between that is that in 2012, I was completely healthy. I was on cloud 9 because I just quit my full-time job at the age of 24. I had an amazing boyfriend that's now my husband. Things were good. We were about to move into a house together, everything. And then, I gave up on myself. I didn't have that mindset that I could do that. And then the next year, I had life happen. I broke my wrist. I could have said, peace out. I can't even type to my challengers and my team. Or if I did, it took forever with one hand. And instead, I made the decision that we were going to go all in, and we did. And so I want you to think about that. When life happens, you have to still continue to work. This is a business. You have to, you can't just take off months at a time and expect to be able to continue to have that momentum and to push for those goals, okay? Then life happened again in 2014. My health got shook like crazy. And, I think my coaches could feel it. I lost my momentum after we hit top 10. I lost my momentum. I lost everything. I was going through candida, thyroid issues, leaky gut, adrenal fatigue. There was a lot of days where I didn't want to get out of bed. Okay, and I felt really bad for myself for half the year. And I was working with Sagi Cleve to help with my health, and things were just not getting better. It wasn't getting better, and my thyroid was hating me at the time, and my wedding was coming up in a couple months, and I was gaining weight, and it was like everything that you didn't want to happen at that time, right? And so I let that mentality that I had back in 2012 take over. I was like, oh, woe is me. Why am I not, I had an amazing 2013 with my team. Why is this happening to me? And it took me a good half the year to finally realize I have a new message. I have another message to be able to share to coaches and to clients and just everyone that life happens. Your health goes up and down, but you have to continue to push and you have to continue to work to get yourself healthy and share how you're getting healthy. And, I turned to God, and all of a sudden my health started kicking back up, and I started sharing my story. And I still have people. I haven't posted about adrenal fatigue or candida or anything in, a very long time, over a year almost. And if I do, and it's very random, I still have people come out of the woodwork who are asking me questions about that stuff because I had opened up my journey. Okay, so I want you to think of that time in your life that maybe you're going through things, life happens, and sharing it with other people, because you are going to be helping and inspiring so many people. Okay, so at the end of 2014, I had a really strong grasp on what I wanted to do with this business, and it was to help my coaches continue to share their journeys. And I wanted to get pregnant. And a lot of people think that when you get pregnant and you run a health business, it can't happen. It's going to slow down. And 2015 was probably our best year yet. My health was really good. Of course, the annoying little pregnancy things, but I partnered up with Aaron Young and Jamie Thompson to shoot for to shoot for a 15-star diamond, and we accomplished that during my pregnancy. I remember being in the delivery room on a Friday, and I was like, okay, good. By Thursday I'll be able to check to make sure that everything's set up, and it didn't go according to plan. I went through some annoying health issues after having Tenley lost a lot of blood, was in bed rest for 4 days, and just didn't have a lot of strength. And my team pulled together, and it could have been another failure that we just fell short of shooting for that goal, but because my team's so amazing, we all pulled together and achieved 15-star diamond, which is the highest rank in the company. And the thing that I want you guys to see from that is, again, life happens, stuff happens. But if you are so focused on your goal and your team knows what your goals are and you know what their goals are, and you're connecting with one another and building each other up and supporting each other, no goal is unachievable, okay? You really have to communicate with your coaches and make sure that you're not pushing your goals on them, that you're having their goals strengthen what your goals are, okay? I had a lot of coaches who were like, I want to hit diamond, I want to go, I want to do this. And so we worked together and it happened, So what I want you to get from this video is that whatever goals you have set for this year, I saw all of your guys' vision boards and I loved them. I loved looking through them. I want you to have the mentality that failure is going to happen. It just happens. But what you need to learn from it is that it doesn't have to be the end all be all. Okay, when you fail, you need to get back up. Okay, and you have to say, maybe you've hit the goal of diamond by March or the end of this group, and you fell short. You need an emerald and a couple coaches. That's okay. Look back and say, okay, what can I do more of? What can I do better at? and move the date back a couple weeks and kick your booty to get there, okay? Make that goal something that you really want to achieve and give it your all, okay? Because every single coach in this company, Melanie Mitro, Lindsay Matway, Janelle Summers, they've all set goals that have not gone according to plan, okay? And they don't let that bring them down. They say, you know what? Yeah, that sucked. I really wanted to hit that, but how can I get better? How can I make this happen now? Because with this company, you can do whatever you set your mind to. You just have to be willing to let those failures push you forward, you know, and to be open about the failures with your team, because it makes you human. It lets people know, hey, they're not perfect. It's okay if I fell flat on my face. I always tell my coaches, if you post something on Facebook, like a challenge group or a prospect challenge post, or sorry, my dog's distracted me. It's either a baby or my dog, but a challenge group post or coaching post, and it just doesn't do well, you just delete it. That's the same thing with everything in this business. If you do something and it doesn't turn out the way that it's supposed to, delete it, you know, and just keep moving on. So for your action step today, I want you to come up with 3 I am statements, okay? I want you to say 3 I am statements that are tied to some of those goals that were on your vision board. For instance, for me, I am a 15-star diamond coach times 2. Okay, or maybe you have a goal of being more patient. I am patient with my children. You know, I am debt-free. I am whatever. I want to see, you know, I am living in my dream home. I want to see your I am statements, just 3 of them. You can do more if you want to be an overachiever. And I'll look forward to seeing them. All right, bye guys.